Channel, everybody, it's your boy In The Face. Today we're going to be doing another video on Madden 24. We're doing week 2. It's going to be going against the Vikings. You see me last week, coach, making big plays, flying up and down the field. Yeah, I finally feel like I hit my stride. There's more where that came from. You call the plays, I make the plays. Just get me on the ball this week. That's all I ask. For real, somebody warn these DBs in Minnesota. I'm about to make my case as the best receiver in the NFL. Get Devontae Smith 4 touchdowns or 200 plus yards rushing or receiving. We're gonna praise him. Boom.
Then he says, I was going to go around to see Mike Oscar Mother, but James never turned up, never went there. So there's lots of things.
So I just gotta keep passing it to Devontae.
Don't add up.
Some photos. This is a summer of all his convictions. The first one was the 21st of February 1995. He was convicted of burglary and theft.
It's week 2 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Dallas Goedert. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Eagles and the Vikings under the line.
Alright. No receiving in the first half. Great.
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? On the return, Boston Scott. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Ooh, that was a nice return.
Across the 35 to the 36. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
We talk so much about how coaches script things, especially on offense, to start a season, to start a game, whatever it is. Could they have scripted a better start in terms of playing? Offensive player of the week in the NFC, and his team won their season opener.
Absolutely. Perfect start to the year, but all the talk was, hey, that was week 1, now we got to move forward.
Let's do it again in week 2. That's what he's told his teammates.
That one goes for 24 yards.
May not be the first name you think of with the Eagles offense, but Smith had an incredible 2022. 11th in the NFL in catches, 9th in yards as the number 2 option in a run-heavy offense. First down there from one of the game's best young receivers.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Eagles at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and I think those numbers are going to increase.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And he is caught. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk
That
about the
worked out
lens
in our
officials
favor.
sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2nd and goal from the 1. Throwing is Hurts. Open man, he's got him. That's field touchdown. Devontae Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles put the Knights' first
That guy's
points on the
not
board
doing
as
so
they
much.
take
I'm
the
trying to get
early
that
lead.
150,
Elliott good
well,
on the
200 yards
extra
out the way.
point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Nope, touchback.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to
This
the
is
25
pretty good.
on the touchback. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Minnesota's new coaching staff really leaned on Cousins for leadership and production, and the longtime vet was up to the pressure. 29 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, and a 13-win season. His best as a starter. Captain Kirk has quietly been one of the league's most productive passers the last few seasons.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Cousins. Open man is Osborne. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. To throw, Cousins. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play? Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Short completion, just 4 yards. And 38 now. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Cousins. A pass underneath for Fournette. And they'll get to him short of first down at the 16. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Just regular.
This is Smith to the ground. And they'll get him all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They run out of the gun with Swift. And they'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Hurts. Able to find the open man. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. On 1st down, Hurts goes right back to Smith again. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott going with PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Cousins now. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
The 2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got completion, and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Throwing is Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That's courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, and a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner DeVonta Smith. Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches, really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. But he needs help from other people with their eyes and their expertise, and he needs to listen to them. And sometimes you just can't
25 more yards to get 200.
Okay, let's get to the sidelines and start over. You need to find a way in the middle of that drive to start taking away what's hurting you.
Yeah, in-series adjustments, and how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you listen to what everyone else is telling you, what they're seeing, the patterns that are developing, and maybe you just start running extra bodies to take away that particular player.
Throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith.
Damn it, and he's hurt.
Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be DeVonta Smith who's having some problems here. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Quick slant to Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And now they're in the hurry-up. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, almost
Nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime.
I was not paying attention. And now
This
Jason
offensive
Kelsey's
unit,
injured.
yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
I
And that's
fail.
exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
2nd and a couple. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment, but first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in week 2. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game as they'll have to do battle with the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the New York Giants. And finally, on Monday night, our first doubleheader of the year, Saints-Panthers at 7:15 Eastern, followed by Cleveland-Pittsburgh an hour later. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3.
Trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators. They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Holding offense.
So that one,
Oh yeah, we're gonna accept that
And
shit.
you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Second and 6.
Let's see if this works. It's normally working rookies, so.
Off the play fake, Cousins.
And it still works.
It's coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
We've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit more as this one goes. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Eagles to take over. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On the option to give to Swift here. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. They'll drop to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
There we go.
Before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
There we go.
Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about
With
it.
a 2
They won
pointer.
easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
They ain't catching up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. At this point, you have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
This is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Just the fun ones, though.
Wait, what? Why did you pick it up? There we go.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out of this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They go play action with Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully
and it was ruled a touchdown.
That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. On the option to give to Swift here. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Vikings are just getting their asses
carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Swift going to try up the middle. A good pick up there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Swift trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll run with Swift, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers. And let's get this one in.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
Anytime the points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
One last shot now for Cousins. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty.
Alright, you guys. Sorry about that. We were discussing things. Well, that ain't the game I was hoping to have, but I'm not making excuses, blah, blah, blah. Well, duh, you got injured.
Definitely not wearing his red jumper. Some harder to dismiss. Within that statement, the description of the 3:30, I saw Ricky on a pathway at the bottom end of Ilford Place, walking away from the direction of Taylor Dress. It appeared to me he was wearing a school uniform.
Alright, you guys. If you guys like this type of stuff, go ahead and hit the like button, comment down below what I can improve on, and we'll get those you guys would like to see. If you aren't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That way you're tuned in. Tomorrow I'm going to be live streaming, and y'all can join in and whatnot, so stay tuned. I hope you take it easy. Goodbye.